Okay, let's take a real quick run here. It's around 6:45 or so in the morning. As you can see from where we were yesterday, back here, we took a peek into the 4 hours. This is a 4-hour chart, and this is where we left off with this. After we saw that it broke that trend line with the close, and it was breached. And as you can see here, we fell as low as 68.59 here, and then 68.54 on this candle. Now we're back at the top and looking, and as you can see, it's pushing down a little bit. It doesn't want to break out over this top here. Remember when we were looking at the QuickView in the 4-hour, this was where we finished off that night before, and with that resistance at 69.24, which still seems to be holding at the moment, but we then came in with the next 4-hour period. After that, if you were up or whatever, you would be looking at a reversal, inside bar, squeeze, and a lot of signals going off, and some support resistance. Could have took along at 68.70, stopping yourself out underneath the 68.56 by about 5 pips at 68.51 or so, which would have been great. You would have get a quick 34 pip gain for that candle, and then here at 2 a.m. during the European session, we had a bulls are back signal, and it was LT top, tweezer bottom, strong movement there, but moderate in the RSI, still coming underneath the 75 pip threshold, 75 point threshold. Had a bottom out, expanding a little bit in there towards the bottom and towards the top, moving up. 69.22 coinciding with the 69.24 is resistance, taking targets, possibly taking another long position even back at 68.70 again, which did fill, and stopping once again underneath, only this time it was a little deeper. Maybe you would have looked to get up under that old 56, or start, if you're starting fresh, that would have given you another 34 pips, totaling around 68 pips overnight following this. And right now where we're at, we are showing some weakness in the move to the upside, and we have a Lone Ranger at 68.79. So if you were holding your long, you might want to consider getting up under either that or this 68.54 if you feel so inclined to be daring. But you've got this reversal, and you do have the tweezer bottom, so that helps a little bit. But the RSI is weakening, and the directional range is strong, but the RSI is weakening, and you've got these signals telling us that we'll probably see a breaking point either way at some point here, which in a transitional state. We're no longer in long, usually meaning that it's about to return to short. So we'll see. All right, now as far as the chart is concerned, I want to show you on the chart reason why it was not a good idea to take a short underneath this low. And as you can see, we've had nothing but green candles since then. Even though they're not breaking the resistance, they're still giving bearish traders who would trade underneath this red candle a little bit of a scare. They're taking some heat right now. They're under. If we were following this quick view, we would be seeing profit. Okay, by taking those longs. Now, long term for the whole day, last session I spoke to you about taking longs. The quickest long that you could take would be around 68.80. That's the steepest. You might want to consider it going all the way to the 68.37 point, or somewhere in between would be the best, which is why we break down to the 4-hour every now and then. We can get a little insight. So that 68.70 would have been a good play that you could have held on even for the rest of the day, and put the stop underneath the low of the previous day of 68.16, and you'd still for the whole day have a decent trade that could work out for you. And at worst, you'd be looking at maybe a 54 pip loss. Okay, so that's where we are right now. 6 o'clock. We're starting the new session, going to be going into the U.S. market this morning. And this is where we're still in a long-term uptrend, and as you can see here, because it broke it and breached it, but now we're getting back to the bullishness once again. So it's kind of a guess, take a good guess kind of day. Okay, there's still resistance that's up top, so we've got to be careful of that. And remember, take a peek out into the day where we had this this not tweezer top, but the spinning top. So and QuickView is giving us a fairly unbiased approach right now. The main thing is that in order for this bullishness to maintain, we should not be coming down below the low of the previous day, 68.16. We really don't want that to happen. Okay, let's see how this plays out. We'll get back to you later.